Good morning, good people. I've got a really good show for you today, a really big shoe. Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. Just a few more days left in the month. Yeah, this is my Star Trek uniform. This is an XL, clearly a little bit too big. Usually I have them tighten the shoulders and loosen the stomach. Okay, so today is Tuesday, the 28th of January, 2025. It's about 6 in the morning. Here we are in southwestern Nevada, west of Sin City, east of Death Valley, in Area 51-ish, sort of, but not really territory. And we are here to help our students and other interested parties on this journey through this transcendent, this life occupied within the life of a transcendent soul in a body, the body we have. Our soul is transcendent, our body is finite. So we're here to help in that journey in 4 areas: physical, which is fitness and health; mental, always be learning; emotional, if you can't control your emotions, don't worry, somebody else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game; and spiritual. Spiritual is the most important part. And if you think of it like a ship, a boat, the sails are the physical part. They're what enables you to get to where you want to go. The best means to get you to where you want to go. The steering mechanism is like the mental, always be learning. It enables us to get to our destination using the wind. We might be going against the wind, across the wind, and the same thing with the current. It enables us to get from where we are to where we need to be. Emotional is like the below deck. It's where you go to relax, recover, store your treasure. You go when you need to be out of the elements, etc. It's your refuge. And the whole of the ship is like the spiritual part. And the point is, you can have the sails go down, the steering mechanism, you can have water gushed over the sides into your hole, or you could have had a fire in the kitchen or something like that in the below deck. But as long as the hole is intact, there is hope. You breach the hole, the ship goes down, you're clinging to a piece of driftwood, hoping that sharks don't come and get you. Not good. Not good. So spiritual is the most important part of this journey. But we do that on weekends. We call that G School. Not too shabby. Good morning, Watanabe. So we have a really big shoe today, as Ed Sullivan would say. I'm looking at our worksheet, which is the main, it's where the magic happens. It's the experts. And it's attached down below, or there's a link to it down below. It's on our website, lovethyneighbor-usa.com, gschool-u.com. It's on Facebook, Love Thy Neighbor, and it is on LinkedIn. So we're in a lot of places. The worksheet is where the experts are. We have Dr. Livingood on for the physical, Dr. Livingood, David Goggins, Andrew Huberman, Jack Rowland. I haven't looked at that lady. Under the mental, Arthur Brooks, What is Happiness? Barbara Oakley, How to Learn. Our daily TED Talk today, it's Jordan Peterson talking about IQ, which is part of our theme for today. IQ plus the 3C's. More on that later. Daily Stoic with Ryan Holiday, Seth Godin blog, Darren Hardy, Mark Devine, Baraka Church, Jesus Commands, the Shroud of Jesus in Prayers. A lot to unpack down there, down below. Doesn't quite sound right. A lot of things on the daily worksheet. You can just do one of them. Plus, there's more. Our 4 steps to, in addition to the podcast, the preparation, breathing exercise. What Not a Bevy suggested we do the Andrew Huberman, Dr. Huberman at Stanford, his approach, and that's an exhale, get the air out of your lungs, and then a double inhale and let the air fall out of your lungs. So it looks like, if I turn on my camera, it looks like this. And we can all do this, right? What Not a Bevy. So it's in, exhale, and then in, fill up the lungs, and then in again. No holding the breath. This is just fully expanding the lungs. Okay, so we got that one out of the way. What else we got? Preparation. Attitude of gratitude. Say, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and then close your eyes, and you'll see a ticker tape or like movie credits or popcorn popping. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy and grateful now that what? You got to ask your brain a question. I'm alive. I'm here. I have the ability to do things. I'm healthy. Okay, just do that for about 30 seconds. Also, for gratitude, always look on the bright side. Always look on the bright side. And we have our review of yesterday. These are things we do outside of the podcast, or yesterday review. And then 4th is project into the future. 1 minute to project the path of your day. Say your own personal prayer. Yeah. Okay. Now our podcast, 3 parts, the daily theme, IQ, and the 3C's. You can also ask yourself, what if I stepped out of my comfort zone? 2, planning. It's simple. Planning for today. It's simple. Say something great is going to happen to me today. Something great is going to happen to me today. And always look on the bright side. Seek uncomfort. Don't be the guy always looking for comfort. Get in somebody's car, and the first thing you do is you adjust the seats. No. Seek uncomfort. Advice from an 80-year-old. Today's advice is beware of the person who has nothing to lose. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's a good start. Where are we at in terms of time? Ooh, that's 8 minutes already. Diana, good morning, Diana. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Okay, let's talk about our theme and our meme of today. IQ and the 3C's. IQ, that's Jordan Peterson, our TED Talk for today. How important IQ is. And it's important to know your IQ. We can help you with that. Why? Well, fundamentally, we're trying to answer 2 questions. Who am I, and why do I behave the way I do? Knowing your IQ is important to answering those questions. Most people don't know their IQ, and a large number of people think they have a really high IQ. And even though they didn't do anything, they didn't go anywhere education-wise, it peaked out. So pretty much by definition, if it peaks out, your crystallized knowledge is much lower than somebody who went to college. Generally speaking, there are some exceptions, there are outliers, but if your crystallized knowledge, the stuff you actually know, the further you go in school, the more educated you are, the more you know. Okay. Now, some people can go very deep in a thing, like they become a sculptor or a clay potter, somebody who throws clay. They could have deep knowledge in that, which they should if they're going to be a professional and an expert. But their general knowledge is probably not that high because they put all of their energy into a thing. And there's no value judgment, it's just a statement of fact. So IQ is very important to know what your IQ is. Also, every job has an IQ range. There's a minimum IQ you need to have to be able to do the job, and there is a maximum IQ to do the job effectively, because if your IQ is above that, you're going to tend to do things like, hey, I can improve that job. I can make that job better. Which is true, but you do it by raising the necessary IQ of the people. So you do that. Unfortunately, now you just start wiping out people who were doing the job because it gets harder for them to do the job that's easy for you to do. And then what happens is your boss comes along and says something like, we're not paying you to change the job. We're paying you to do the job to the best of your ability. And then there's resentment and ego and things happen, and then you end up quitting. So the better thing is find a job where your IQ matches. If you have to take a job where your IQ is out of sync with that, it's above that, or it's way up here, you basically have to tone it down and say, well, I'm doing this job because I need the money to have the time to do what I really want to do, or to prepare for what I want, to go to school, to learn. And so, like, for example, in law school, I would say a disproportionate number of people are bartenders that go to law school. What is the IQ of a bartender? It's not the same as a lawyer, right? Not the same as an attorney. It's lower, but there are skills you learn as a bartender that's important. Plus, you go from studying to something that's kind of light and fun. So it's really a great opportunity, but the IQ ranges are very different. So when you're somebody who's a lawyer who's a bartender, you have to just basically tone it down. Because what are you doing? I have this job to kind of have mental balance. I go from intensity to this is light analysis type stuff to being friends, connection. So it's a good balance there. But I'm doing this because I need the money so I can go to school to become a lawyer, to pay my bills, so I can become a lawyer where I can make a lot of money. And then I'm going to leave the bartending behind. I'll just be good at parties, people's houses. I'll be the bartender, be the center of attention. Okay, cool. Boom. All right. So where are we at? So IQ is part of today's theme. It's important to know your IQ. Now, for me, one of the things on the Wonderlic test, which we have given in the past, Watanabe Bevy has administered it to our students, is in the results, to be a lawyer, you have to have an IQ of at least 115. So, I am a lawyer, therefore my IQ is at least 115. Unfortunately, I live in a state that has an average IQ statewide of about 97, 96.7, something like that. And I live in a rural county that has an IQ at the bottom. So the average IQ probably in my county is probably around 95, which there's no value judgment. That's just a statement of fact. Great, good. It's a community of people that have an IQ of 95. But if you have an IQ of 115 and you're in a community of that, that's almost 2 standard deviations higher than the norm, which could cause problems, because if you have an IQ that's 2 standard deviations above the norm, you can be having a conversation or thinking about things at a height that the norm cannot understand what you're talking about. So think of it as two surgeons talking about brain surgery, and you have no idea what they're talking about because they're using high IQ, 145 plus IQ language. You don't know what's going on. So you have a conversation or communication going on, you don't understand what it is, and then add to that, and you don't trust the person who's who's doing the talking because they're not from here. You don't know them. You don't trust them. You're hard scrabble, 95 IQ, not really a trusting person. Not really a thinking person, more of a doing person, as Jordan Peterson said. An IQ around 95, you're really not doing a lot of thinking. You're much more of an action person. You weren't an officer in the military. You were an infantryman, a grunt, or a rifleman in the Marines, et cetera, et cetera. No value judgment, just a statement of fact. People don't turn snowflake. I know it's cold outside, but let's not go snowflake. Just accept it for the way it is. Nobody's being attacked. There's nobody on the attack. You don't have to be defensive. No. IQ is essential. Know your IQ. Have a job that's in your IQ range, and you should be at the 75th percentile. So the job is still challenging, but you're proficient at it. You get noticed for doing well. When your IQ gets higher, it starts becoming boring, and your performance gets to be not good because you're in a boring job. So know the IQ of the job, know your IQ. If that's going to be your career, make sure your IQ matches about 75th percentile of that. And then as you learn in the business, you move up to having more skills, more responsibility, more money. Pretty basic. And then I was reminded by Not Bevy last night, as an employee, your job is to make your boss's life easier. Their job is to make your life better. And they make it better in two primary ways. What's one way they make your life better? What Not a Bevy? How does a job make your life better? How does your boss make your life better? Waiting. How does your boss make your life better? Maybe Diana knows. Right. Money. Noonie. They give you money. Right. They pay you. So that means it makes it easier for you to survive. You don't have to grow your own food, catch your own food. You can just go to the store and buy it. You don't have to build a house. You can pay rent to somebody, etc. And then the other way they make your life better is they help you learn more so you become more valuable. Right. There you go. So that's how they make your life better. Two primary ways. They give you money so you can make your life easier, and they provide education so you learn more and become more valuable. Opportunities for growth. Correct. Okay, now in the last minute, so we talked about IQ, the 3C's, the 3C's of leadership: clarity, competence, and connection. We are social animals. We're tribe animals. We're herd animals. We need a leader. So leaders have clarity. They're competent. They can get the job done. They're not going to lead us down the wrong path, and they connect with us. We can understand them. Right. So clarity, competence, and connection. IQ and the 3C's. Know your IQ. Use your IQ to your advantage. Always look to be around people who have an IQ higher than you, unless you're trying to lead. Right. Okay, so we're going to call it a day. Lots to do. This is my trip to Vegas day. And yeah, boom. Let's make something happen out there, people. Let's make something happen. Thank you for all being here.